Brooksaw Antiques here. Today we have this 1948 Royal Quiet De Luxe vintage portable typewriter. I'm going to show you how to use the functions and make sure they all work. Up top is the adjustable paper guide. This helps you guide the page in straight, and I'm going to line that up with the edge of the platen, which is the main roller that feeds the page. Behind this flip panel are the margins, and you can just push the right one like this and the left one. And you can also use the magic margin on the left side by flipping it forward. It sends it to wherever you are on the cursor. This is the paper bail that sits on top, holds the page down. It's got two rollers that are adjustable. Once you hear the bell, you're at the end of the margin. This line space gets you back to the beginning and skips 1 or 2 spaces. Right now we have it on double, but we're going to switch that back. This switch right here, push it back and it only skips 1. We're going to keep it on single and finish typing. As you can see, all the keys type nice and none of them skip or stick. I'll type a sentence on the next line. Very, very nice typing machine. Very responsive. You can type very fast on this thing. Very reliable. It won't jam up on you. Really nice design too. It's got the flat top shell hood that opens from the front there. Touch control right here. So if you want to go even faster, you go all the way to the end and you can type. You could speed type on this thing. But you do have to hit the keys a little harder when you move the touch control up and increase the tension. All the brand new ribbons loaded on this left side, so it's pulling to the right. And if you want to switch that direction, you flip the switch here. Flip it to the right to pull to the right, flip it to the left to pull to the left. That works good. We're going to keep it pulling to the right. Below that is the color selector switch. We got a solid black ribbon loaded, so we're just going to keep that in the middle, which prints the top portion of the ribbon. If you push it to the left, it prints the bottom portion of the ribbon. So if you have a red and black ribbon and you want to print red, then you would switch that to the left side. It just goes up a little higher and prints the bottom portion. Go all the way to the right, and it doesn't print anything at all. It just leaves a stencil for, I guess, copying purposes without wasting ink. Shift on each side and the shift lock on the left. Clear that, just hit the shift button again. Margin release on the right side. If you get to the end of the margin, it'll block the keys from printing. If you hit margin release, it will allow you to go all the way to the end. Tab function above that. So this has a manual tab function. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 total, and got 2 on the end here that if you're not using them, you can just send them all the way to the end. And these ones, there's a scale here to tell you exactly what space you're on, and you just push them in like a button and you can move them. And when you hit the tab button, it just stops at each one of those. That works good. Carriage release on each side behind the knob. Very smooth. It's a very smooth typewriter in general. And this is the left one. Very smooth. If you push in this button on the end of the knob, it'll disable the spacing so you can get to an exact spot on the page. Same concept with this lever that's next to the line space indicator. You flip that forward, it disables it completely. Flip it back, you get the clicks. Each one of those clicks is 1 space. And that's it. Now available on eBay or Etsy. Search Brooksaw Antiques.